Good morning, everybody. So I'm just going to do some background papers, a very quick video, just to show you some simple ways to make some papers for journals or collage or whatever you like. So I'm using an 18 by 24 mixed media pad, 90 pound, and I'm using some glitter ink from Bria Reese and some Bombay ink. I put it in my palette, and I spray the paper with some water, and then I just proceed to use different size brushes and make some stripe effects on the wet paper. And it kind of takes off on its own, spreading out however it does and mixing with the colors next to it. I do this in a very fast manner. The whole video, is about 6 minutes, but it took me about 10 minutes to make these papers. You don't have to be neat, as you see. And there's many different ways you can do it. You can do it with a very thin brush. You can overlap. You can just do a stripe every inch or something and let it just flow into the white space. You can splatter. You don't even have to do stripes. There's other ways of doing this as well, which I will also show, but I'm just doing a stripe style right now. You can keep to one color. You can use all warm colors or all cool. I tend to mix them. Sometimes I do, all of one color, but I like to mix them because I like how the colors blend together. While you are adding your stripes, you can also spray more water. While it's wet, you could drop some salt into it, some rock salt, which I didn't do here because I don't have rock salt today, but you can do that. And as the paper dries, you'll have a nice, like a snowy, sparkly effect when you take the salt off. You could also use stencils and do this. Put the watercolor out, the ink over the stencils. There's a lot of things, but I'm going to show you all different ways that I do it. I'm going to try to do at least one background paper a week because I think they're really fun. And if you don't really feel like doing anything that's like a finished piece of art, these are great just to be creative. They don't take long to make, and then they dry. And when they dry, they look different than they did before. And I just love tearing up these pages, making signatures for journals. That's what I use it mainly for. Sometimes I use it for collage. I also use it for layering in making tags or making pockets for the journals. So there's so many uses for this. I also use watercolor paper, but I really like the mixed media better. It's thinner and it doesn't absorb as much. So the colors kind of lay and float on the top. And I just like the effect. I also like the effect I get with watercolor paper, but this is one of my favorite papers to use. And now I'm just going to take my paper towel and blot away some of the excess water and wet spots, and you get a nice mottled effect. We've done that before when we did the stripes. And I've already let the paper sit in, the color sit in for a while, so it's not coming off a lot. Okay, now here I am just doing this to use my leftover inks that are in the palette. This is nothing fancy. I'm just making some rosy floral shapes with the leftover ink. I mean, you could do a lot with the leftover ink. You could do another whole background. Actually, this is a background, but you could do another whole stripe piece or, use it for whatever. But sometimes, I want to get on to the next project, so I'll just do a little bit of a floral style whatever to use up my ink. I've also used the leftover ink to splatter. I just splatter all the colors onto the page. I'll do one color at a time until it's empty. So there's so many things you can do. But I'm just kind of just trying to use up the leftover ink. And I'm also going to turn these into signatures for journals. So what I do is it's 18 by 24, so I fold that in half, then I have 2 sheets, then I fold them in half, then I have 4. And I keep folding until I get down to 6 by 4.5. And that's how I make the signatures for my mini journals that are 6 inches by 4.5 inches. So out of this sheet I will get, let's see, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4. I will get 8 signatures from one piece of paper. So I just did 3, so I will have 24. I will have enough to make a small journal with these 3 backgrounds. Yeah, and I use up every drop of the ink. I don't let anything go to waste. You can use it for anything, though. You could use it for just filling up a journal page as well. So, and next I'm just going to show you the finished signatures for a journal. I've already cut or torn all 3 of the sheets. I folded them into 6 by 4.5 inch signatures, and I've let them sit under a book for a little while. And even the sloppy flower ones, they look great after you cut them up and fold them into signatures. Even though I wasn't fancy, I didn't do anything special, I just used up the last bit of the ink. And see the effects you get with the stripes? You get beautiful, colorful effects just by laying the paint on in the water, the ink on in the water. So, and it's just a great way, a great, quick, fun, simple way to make backgrounds. Okay, hope you liked it.